My name is Roger Cummings. I work at Juxtaposition Arts, and my role is a team member who is a creative problem solver, and I do like large-scale public art. So that's my angle.
Cool. And if you think about the value of artists being connected with planners on long-term issues, how would you talk about that?
So I like to talk about that. Like, I ascribe to the philosophy of diversity in problem-solving groups trumps individual ability. So the more different kinds of thinking minds that you can get together to solve problems and come up with creative ideas, the better, as compared to if you get a room full of like-minded thinkers, meaning engineers, people who get straight A's, people who have A's or ACTs. They have a tendency to think more along the same kind of lines. But if you get people who've dropped out, people who get C's, some A's, and stuff like that, I think you will definitely, and time has proven this, that you get a better result. So I think that's why we're here.
And so a year from now, if you think about it's Linden Hills and Dinkytown, right? So a year from now, what would success look like?
Success will look like one. It'll look like a plan. It'll look like just like something that sits on a shelf. It'll also look like there is development happening. So we get to see groundbreaking. We get to see residents who, when you ask them, what's coming, they're able to tell you because they've been informed. They're a part of what's going on. There's people who are successful. Look like you get to see the anticipation on like Twitter and on Facebook. This is coming. I can't wait till this place opens. I'll be lining up, or I'm looking forward to moving into the new apartments, or whatever that looks like. So people that are excited as compared to people picketing or grousing or sending letters or trying to get court injunctions to like stop the construction. That would be bad. So I don't want that. I want to be able to access to get people to who wouldn't traditionally be in the community engagement process, and that's like our strength.
So Roger, do you have another example of that where you think like this was a time where I really saw it come to life?
Yes, I was part of a team to go to Mesa, Arizona, and Lisk, Phoenix brought us out there. Myself, maybe 3 other architects, the mayor of East Palo Alto, and we were talking to business owners, developers, architects, city planners, city council people, and residents who have lived there for a long time, and then some who were more new people to the area, and trying to talk to people about what would you like to see in your community, what doesn't work really well, and on the levels of building types and neighborhood structures. So are the streets too wide, are sidewalks too wide, cars too fast, to politics. So are you able to access your city council person, your mayor? Do you even know who they are? Would you like to have a different kind of relationship? To education, like schools, so all those different things to make a strong community. And we drew it out, we illustrated that, and got ideas from kids, from non-English speaking, from people who have been there, of all different socioeconomic backgrounds. And this happened in 2010, and they broke ground probably about 2 months ago to actually do this. It was a couple different developments. One, they did a historical preservation on a building. They took these public housing units and are going to redevelop them so that people can move back in. And that was a really good way it was a really good ending to the approach that we were setting forth, and I was glad to be a part of that. It was good.
So if you think about challenges or anxieties you have at this point in the project, are there things that you're worried about?
Ooh, challenges or anxieties? Well, people with money, developers, I think, have a large say as compared to people who don't have a lot of resources, and that I like to listen to people who are like the underdogs who are going to have to live with this, and people who don't necessarily have that much of a stake necessarily in the mind of developers. So kids, no one really cares about kids because they're just kids and they don't earn a good tax base and whatever. But I think kids have super strong ideas. They're going to inherit whatever monstrosity or really good thing is going to come out of this. So I want their opinion, just so that they can say, as they get older, I was a part of keeping fast food out of my corridor. That's why people are skateboarding and healthy, and as compared to other areas of the city where there's a abundance of that. So I want them to be connected to that, because that's a part of owning your community and feeling connected, as compared to like nobody listens to me, nobody cares, and where somebody's always doing something to me, as compared to being more engaged. So that's what I'm a little concerned about, is that money talks a lot louder, and I don't want to bump heads necessarily with a lot of the money people. So if the goal is to push development because it's better for the city and better for the developer, what about the people who want to keep their part of Linden Hills very low density and very 1 to 2 story? I think there's room for that. So how much do you push, or do you just are the artist who wears the beret and looks like an artist and doesn't have that much of an opinion? Or are you a troublemaker and you want to get the true voices of the people so you can accurately have a balance of development that is fair?
So which one are you not? Or are you another one? You're not the beret.
Not the beret.
Although you have fabulous glasses.
Thank you. I'm definitely. I would say I'm a troublemaker. Just a very quiet troublemaker. And it's always been that way. I think it's more important to make trouble, because then it becomes discussions and why did you do this, or why did this happen, or what makes you feel like this, and then you start to have dialogue and discussion. So it's better than just going along to get along, and then you have a very horrible concrete, non-functioning structure that mocks you from across the street for the next 50 years. So that's.
Is there anything I haven't asked you about that you think you want to say to me or to this point in the project?
I'm just looking forward to doing both, because they're both very different.
Dinkytown and Linden Hills, you mean?
Dinkytown. I went to Marshall U and hung out, there for a long time, and then Marcy. So I've skateboarded, I've biked, I've walked, ran, taken the bus, all in those, areas. So it's. I'm a little sad that Marshall is on the list to go. I think it's a really nice, well-built school that I wish could be utilized. But other than that, I think it's always good to look to the future and look forward. So, yeah, that's it. Super. Thank you much.
Thank you.